Hey gang, and welcome to Tea Time with Levi, where today we'll be discussing my vacation to the Nickelodeon Hotel. Oh yes, it exists. Past tense. Let's head over to my green screen. This is Tea Time with Levi. Hey, now let me set the scene. We are at the Nickelodeon Hotel. The year is probably before 2016-ish. Now, before we actually get into today's video, the tea I will be indulging in is the Celestial Seasonings Vitamin C Orange Tea. Celestial Seasoning is a favorite of mine. Now, we're very early into this show, so no sponsors yet. That being said, Nickelodeon Hotel. We were told, the story. We were told we were actually going to Disney World, I'm pretty sure, because what happened was we drove the whole 14 hours thinking we were going to, Disney for, the third time, I think. But, as we pulled up, we just saw this grand orange building, and we just, if you look up pictures of the hotel yourself, you'll see, there's this giant dome. I think it had, Cosmo from the Fairly Odd Parents, it had, Pablo from the Backyardigans or something. I was a Nick kid, this was my jam. I loved every second of it, and the second we got there, we're like, oh my gosh, we had no idea that the best thing about to happen to us was about to happen to us. The trip was awesome. I mean, we got to play mini golf, we got to swim, we got to do Double Dare, we got to do a bunch of main cool stuff you can see now. Orangey. Now, me being the most awkward kid in the world, let me pull up a chair, youngsters. I don't know what I'm going to call my fans, but you know how I have a tendency to be really, really awkward, always? The turtle, Michelangelo, he held out his fist. Any person with a pulse and a brain probably could have put together, this person wants to fist bump me. Yeah, not me. I was like, and basically he was like, and I'm like, oh, I feel like the biggest dork in the world, and we fist bumped, and I mean, that was that. But, but besides that one, the character breakfasts were probably one of my favorite things, because like I said, I'm a big Nick kid. I still watch Nick. I loved meeting with Sponge Boy Me Bob, Are you ready, kids? You ought to know. One of the highlights of the trip was actually going to Double Dare, like I mentioned. Now, once I said really, really awkward, so the other person basically had the name, we were called the Red Sox, because I don't know if, they liked the Red Sox. I probably think they were. I mean, it was still a lot of fun, though. My team lost eventually, and it was still, well, we had to pie ourselves in the face. We even threw hoops around each other, so, I mean, that was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, before I said, the dude at the counter actually said that if you wish upon a star, we weren't going to Disney World. If you decorate your, submission slip to get onto Double Dare, you gotta color it. Listen, kid, you gotta color this thing. You gotta cover that pimple on your face, and you gotta make it look grand. Oh, I covered it in Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob. That's only the two shows that are coming to mind now, because those were probably my favorite shows. I'd say the Backyardigans, but I think I was getting out of that phase. I worship SpongeBob. I am ready. I'm ready. I'm ready! Now, unfortunately, it actually turned back into a normal hotel. The Defunct Lands TV has posted a very, very good and educational video based on the wondrous weirdness of the Nickelodeon Hotel. I'll link that in the description. And it's a pretty good video, I have to say. So, he explains it pretty well, but, I mean, it makes more sense as you get into it why the place really shut down. For example, let's take a mascot. As you can see, SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs especially, Nightmare Fuel, and a partridge in Nightmare Fuel. No, there's nothing about that. And the thing is, too, even if you're a kid, saw one of these. Okay, first off, I'd like to think if you're going to the Nick Hotel, you actually like and appreciate Nick enough to look past the, like, crappy costumes. Because, let me tell you, I saw that Mr. Krabs and was like, no, that's not Mr. Krabs. Because a part of me really thought that SpongeBob crawled out of that TV and said, you know what? I'm gonna make this kid's day. And it did, thank you very much. And that Mr. Krabs might have given some kids nightmares, and the worst thing is, the hotel rooms were themed those TV shows, and to make matters even worse, every TV show on the resort had shut down, besides Fairly Odd Parents at the time. It's done now, and SpongeBob. SpongeBob is like the oldest Nick show, I want to say. It's like one of the older animated shows. I think, obviously, The Simpsons is actually the oldest animated show, but yeah, the kids would wake up from their terrifying nightmare of Mr. Krabs going to eat them and turn them into Krabby Patties. Look on the wall, there's SpongeBob, there's Mr. Krabs, there's Jimmy Neutron. That's a good show. I actually haven't watched Jimmy Neutron in a little... getting back on topic here. Yeah, the costumes... Okay. In defense of the Nickelodeon Hotel, I can say I went there. I mean, I think there... Now, to be fair, I think there is one in Mexico, so... Habla Español. I'm taking German, so... All in all, Nickelodeon Hotel, thank you for serving our second episode of Tea Time with Levi. Remember, pinky out. Remember, when in doubt, pinky out. Hey, if you're watching this, that means you made it to the end of my video. I'd just like to say thank you for watching, and please hit that subscribe button because, well, you know, you want to see more reviews of a teenager drinking tea in his room while he's screaming at a camera. You know you want to. And check out maybe some more of my other videos. At the time anyway, I've made one more Tea Time with Levi video that I highly recommend you go see. It's not going to be as long or detailed or as entertaining as this one, obviously, but you can still watch it. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see ya. Bye. You still here? It's over. Go home. Love Ferris Bueller.